Tonight, a rare energy stirs in the air, one that comes but once a year. November 15th carries a hidden power, a threshold where the universe seems to pause, waiting for those who are ready to step into alignment. Many have overlooked this day, passing it quietly, unaware of its potential to shift destiny itself. But those who recognize it, who stand in stillness and intention, can accelerate the manifestation of what they have long awaited. In this video, you will uncover the secret forces at play on November 15th. You will learn how focus, inner clarity, and harmony between heart, mind, and action can turn subtle energies into tangible outcomes. We will explore principles drawn from ancient Shaolin wisdom, practices often hidden from the eyes of the casual seeker, showing how discipline, mindful breath, and emotional mastery can create a bridge between desire and reality. By the end of this journey, you will understand not only how to harness this day, but also how to carry its lessons into everyday life, transforming waiting into intentional action, hesitation into purpose. We will reveal patterns that go unnoticed, rhythms of energy that quietly shape success, and ways to align yourself with the flow of life that only a few have truly understood. Welcome to Shaolin Soulfire, where ancient wisdom meets modern awakening. Here, the quiet strength of the Shaolin path lights the fire within, guiding you to mastery over self and circumstance. Subscribe now and join this journey of clarity and transformation, because the steps you take today can echo through every moment to come. Tonight is the moment to awaken. Tonight is the moment to align. And November 15th is waiting for those who are ready to claim it. True power begins not in action, but in stillness. In the quiet corners of the mind, where the rush of thought slows and the heart softens, the world reveals its hidden currents. The Shaolin masters understood this long before ambition or effort took hold. They taught that the mind, like water, must first settle before it can reflect the light of opportunity. Only in that calm mirror can one see clearly what lies beneath the surface. Each breath, measured and deliberate, draws you deeper into the present. The movements of the world around you may seem chaotic, yet in the silence, patterns emerge. You begin to notice the small signs, the subtle shifts in energy, the doors that are opening before anyone else perceives them. Stillness is not emptiness, it is presence, a profound awareness that allows the seeds of your desires to reveal themselves before they take shape in the world. In the Shaolin halls, monks would sit for hours, unshaken by the noise of life outside. They were training the mind to witness without reaction, to observe without distraction. In this practice, they discovered that clarity is born not from striving, but from letting go of the need to control. Opportunities that might have been hidden in the chaos of constant motion appear naturally when the mind is quiet. You begin to understand that what you seek has already begun its journey toward you. Stillness is the soil in which your intentions grow. In its depth, you recognize the direction your life wishes to take. Every thought, every feeling becomes a signal, a guide. The quiet mind becomes a lantern in the dark, illuminating paths that were invisible in the clamor of noise and haste. When you master the art of stillness, you no longer chase what you desire. You simply become aware of it, and it steps forward into your life, as if drawn by the clarity of your inner gaze. Breath is the thread that ties the body to the mind, the fleeting moment to eternity. In the quiet halls of Shaolin, monks learned that every inhale and exhale is more than air. It is energy, intention, and presence made tangible. A single breath taken with awareness has the power to settle the storm of thought, to quiet the restless heart, and to open a window to deeper understanding. Conscious breathing is the first step toward inner mastery. When the breath is shallow or scattered, the mind mirrors it, restless, fragmented, easily swayed. But with discipline, each deep, intentional breath becomes a grounding force. It draws attention inward, connecting body and mind in a rhythm that is steady and unbroken. With this rhythm, clarity emerges naturally. Decisions are no longer clouded by fleeting emotions, and the subtle signs of life's opportunities begin to reveal themselves. The ancients understood that breath carries more than oxygen. It carries life force or qi, the subtle energy that flows through all things. By breathing with awareness, a practitioner aligns not only with their own body but with the larger currents of the universe. This alignment sharpens intuition, steadies the heart under pressure, and transforms moments of chaos into moments of insight. Even a few conscious breaths can shift the course of a day. A slow inhale felt fully opens space for reflection. A deliberate exhale releases tension, doubt, and fear. Over time, this practice builds a foundation of self-discipline, a quiet strength that anchors every thought, every action. In the rhythm of the breath, the mind finds a home. In its steadiness, the heart discovers freedom. Through this simple, ancient practice, focus is no longer a struggle. It becomes a natural state, a gateway to higher purpose, and a living testament to the power of mindful mastery. Clarity does not arrive through haste or force. It unfolds in the quiet observation of life as it is. In the teachings of the ancients, the mind was likened to a still pond. When ripples of thought and emotion settle, the reflection of reality becomes clear, revealing both opportunity and obstacle. Mindfulness is the practice of tending to this inner pond, observing without judgment, noticing the subtle movements within and around us. Every thought that arises, every feeling that stirs, carries a message. When attention drifts without care, these messages are lost and choices become reactive rather than deliberate. By practicing mindfulness, the practitioner cultivates a gentle awareness, noticing where resistance lingers, where old patterns repeat, and where energy becomes scattered. In this space of observation, the mind is no longer pulled by impulse or habit. Decisions emerge naturally, grounded in clarity and purpose. The Shaolin masters understood that life's currents are subtle. A slight shift in awareness can reveal the hidden barriers that delay manifestation. Perhaps a lingering doubt, a fear unspoken, or an unnoticed attachment has held back progress. Mindfulness illuminates these hidden forces, allowing them to be met with calm discernment rather than struggle. Each moment of awareness strengthens the capacity to act with intention, transforming distraction into insight. Mindfulness is also a bridge between the inner and the outer world. By observing surroundings with presence, one begins to notice patterns in people, events, and circumstances, patterns that often escape those who move too quickly. This awareness sharpens intuition, aligns perception with reality, and creates the space to respond rather than react. Through consistent practice, clarity becomes more than a fleeting moment. It becomes a steady companion, guiding action, revealing unseen paths, and allowing manifestation to flow with the natural rhythm of life. In still observation, the mind gains freedom, and the heart finds certainty. Discipline is the quiet forge where strength is shaped, not in sudden bursts, but through the steady rhythm of daily practice. The Shaolin masters knew that mastery is not a gift, nor a result of fleeting inspiration. It is earned in repetition, in the small actions performed with care and intention, day after day. Each movement, each moment of focus contributes to a cumulative power that is invisible to the world yet unstoppable in its effect. Rituals are the backbone of this discipline. They are not mere routines, but deliberate acts that anchor the mind and train the spirit. Journaling intentions each morning clarifies purpose, giving direction to thought and energy. Meditation, even for a few minutes, cultivates stillness and sharpens awareness, creating a mind that sees clearly and acts decisively. Mindful movement, whether in walking, stretching, or the disciplined forms of Shaolin training, strengthens the body while teaching patience, balance, and presence. The wisdom of daily rituals lies in their consistency. A single act, repeated over time, transforms from habit into instinct, from effort into effortless alignment. The energy once lost to distraction is now focused, each action feeding the next, creating momentum that carries intention into reality. Ancient teachings remind us that greatness is built in quiet spaces, far from the eyes of spectators. It is in the early mornings, the deliberate breaths, the focused steps, and the reflective moments that inner mastery grows. Discipline is not punishment, it is freedom, the freedom to act with clarity, to respond with precision, and to manifest purpose without being pulled by chaos or impulse. Through these rituals, life becomes a canvas of conscious action. The small, consistent practices of today accumulate unseen, shaping the circumstances and opportunities of tomorrow. In this steady rhythm, mastery is not a distant goal. It is lived in every deliberate breath, movement, and thought. Emotions are like rivers, constantly flowing, sometimes calm, sometimes turbulent. To be swept away by their currents is easy, yet the Shaolin masters teach that true strength lies in the ability to observe without being carried away. Each feeling, whether fear, doubt, or impatience, is a signal, a reflection of deeper patterns within the mind. By watching these emotions with calm attention, one learns their nature, and their power over action begins to fade. Fear often whispers of limitation, urging hesitation. Doubt casts shadows over clear perception, clouding decisions. Impatience presses for results, scattering energy before the work is done. When these forces are met with awareness rather than reaction, they lose their ability to dictate the course of life. The practitioner becomes a witness to inner storms, grounded in presence, choosing responses rather than being controlled by impulses. The path to emotional mastery is subtle. It begins with the simple act of noticing the quickened heartbeat, the tightening of muscles, the restless thoughts. Then comes acceptance, not resistance or judgment, allowing the emotion to exist without feeding it. Finally, there is conscious release, letting the feeling pass as naturally as clouds across the sky. In this cycle, clarity emerges. Energy once trapped in turmoil is freed. Focus deepens and space opens for intention to take root. Ancient Shaolin wisdom emphasizes that mastery of the self is more important than mastery of the world. The external may be unpredictable, but the inner realm can remain steady. By observing emotions without reacting, one cultivates resilience, insight, and discipline. Each moment of control reinforces the mind's capacity to align with purpose. When fear, doubt, and impatience no longer dominate, the path to manifestation becomes clear. The mind acts with precision, the heart moves with courage, and the soul flows in harmony with the rhythm of life. In this balance, desires are not chased. They are allowed to arrive naturally, guided by calm mastery. Action without awareness is like a river running through a desert. Energy moves, but nothing grows. The Shaolin masters observed that many are busy, yet few are effective. There is a profound difference between motion and purpose. True progress arises not from relentless activity, but from intentional action, where each step is aligned with inner clarity and higher purpose. Meaningful action begins with awareness. It requires a mind attuned to the present moment, a heart clear of distraction, and a purpose steady as stone. Every choice, every movement is deliberate. In contrast, busy work often arises from fear, restlessness, or the desire to appear productive. It scatters energy, clouds judgment, and slows the unfolding of what is meant to manifest. Ancient teachings remind us that the universe responds not to frantic striving, but to precise, focused effort. When action is guided by awareness, it becomes a bridge between intention and reality. A single mindful step carries more power than hours of unfocused activity. Journaling, meditation, or structured practice are not merely routines. They are expressions of deliberate movement toward a goal. Each task, approached with care, becomes a building block, shaping circumstances to match the clarity of the mind. Manifestation, therefore, is not wishful thinking. It is the product of disciplined, conscious effort. Every choice matters. Every small, aligned action compounds over time. The Shaolin Way teaches patience, observation, and precision. By discerning what is necessary and letting go of what is unnecessary, the practitioner moves through life with purpose rather than chaos. In the rhythm of intentional action, energy flows, decisions sharpen, and opportunities become visible. The difference between doing and being effective is subtle, yet transformative. When effort is guided by awareness, the seeds of desire are not merely planted. They are nurtured, cultivated, and brought to fruition with steady, deliberate care. The river does not rush to reach the sea, yet it arrives inevitably. In the Shaolin understanding, every event, every opportunity unfolds according to its own rhythm. There is a natural timing to life, a pulse that cannot be hurried without disturbance. Patience is not idleness, it is the awareness of this rhythm and the wisdom to move in harmony with it. November 15th carries a subtle energy, a threshold for manifestation. Yet it is not a day to force results or demand outcomes. It is a moment to plant intentions, to water the seeds already sown, and to nurture them with care and presence. Like a gardener tending to the soil, the practitioner understands that growth is unseen at first, and that impatience can damage what is delicate and emerging. Patience requires discipline. The Shaolin masters train the body and mind to wait with purpose, to observe the cycles of nature and of one's own inner life. Each breath, each action, each pause is part of a larger rhythm. By trusting the process, one cultivates resilience and clarity. The mind learns to distinguish between effort that serves the path and effort that scatters energy. In this practice, time becomes an ally rather than an enemy. The practitioner notices subtle shifts, a new idea, an opportunity opening, a moment when circumstances align. These signals are the result of consistent cultivation, not sudden luck. By moving in harmony with timing, one learns that manifestation is not a battle, but a dance with the flow of life. Embracing patience and trusting the natural unfolding transforms waiting into action. Every intention planted with awareness is strengthened. Every effort focused with care gains unseen momentum. November 15th is not a day of frantic chasing. It is a day of mindful tending, of honoring the rhythm that guides all things to their proper place and time. Gratitude is the quiet force that transforms perception. The Shaolin masters taught that attention shapes reality, and that noticing the subtle movements of life brings harmony and clarity. Small wins, often overlooked in the rush of ambition, are the threads that weave the fabric of lasting success. Each step forward, no matter how slight, carries energy that can be acknowledged, honored, and expanded. When gratitude is practiced intentionally, it shifts the mind from scarcity to abundance. A single moment of recognition, a thought nurtured, a disciplined action completed, a fear faced, realigns energy with possibility. The act of noticing these small victories strengthens focus, sharpens awareness, and cultivates patience. Each acknowledgement becomes a quiet signal to the universe. This path is seen, this effort matters, and the seeds of intention are nurtured. Ancient teachings emphasize that manifestation is not only the result of action, but also of perception. A mind attuned to gratitude becomes more receptive to subtle opportunities that others may miss. Patterns emerge, guidance reveals itself, and decisions flow with greater clarity. By appreciating what has been accomplished, even in modest measure, the practitioner builds momentum from within, rather than relying solely on external outcomes. Gratitude is also a mirror for discipline. It reinforces the value of each effort, creating a cycle where conscious recognition encourages consistent, mindful action. The Shaolin Way reminds us that greatness is rarely instantaneous. It grows incrementally, nourished by attention, respect, and acknowledgement of progress along the way. Through this lens, life becomes a series of stepping stones rather than distant goals. Each small victory is both a reward and a guide, shaping awareness and opening the mind to the flow of abundance. In the practice of gratitude, the ordinary transforms into the extraordinary, and the path toward manifestation becomes illuminated with clarity, presence, and quiet power. The mind is a landscape where thought and intention take root long before the world reflects them outwardly. In the wisdom of the ancients, the act of visualization was not fantasy, but disciplined rehearsal, a deliberate shaping of inner reality to align with desired outcomes. The Shaolin masters understood that what is held clearly and fully in the mind influences the energy of the body, the flow of decisions, and the unfolding of circumstance. Visualization begins with presence. The practitioner closes the eyes, breathes deeply, and imagines the desired outcome with every detail alive in the mind. But it is not enough to see it. The feeling of already having it must accompany the vision. Joy, gratitude, confidence, these emotions saturate the mental image, giving it weight and resonance. The mind does not distinguish between what is vividly imagined and what is experienced. Through this alignment, the subconscious begins to orchestrate thoughts, choices, and actions that mirror the vision held within. This practice is more than hope. It is a subtle training of awareness and focus. By mentally rehearsing success, the practitioner learns to anticipate challenges, navigate obstacles, and respond with composure. Each repetition strengthens clarity and sharpens intention, reinforcing the connection between inner certainty and external manifestation. Ancient Shaolin texts emphasize the unity of mind, body, and spirit. Visualization becomes a bridge across these dimensions. The inner rehearsal sets a rhythm, a pattern of energy that magnetizes opportunities and aligns circumstance with readiness. It cultivates discipline, patience, and confidence, for the mind and heart move together in harmony toward a clear objective. Through consistent practice, what begins as a mental image gradually shapes reality. The boundaries between thought and experience blur, and the path toward manifestation becomes illuminated. In this way, the power of visualization is the silent architecture of destiny, constructing the external world from the precision and depth of the inner mind. True power does not come from domination over others or the world outside. It arises quietly from mastery over oneself. The Shaolin masters taught that the foundation of influence, success, and manifestation is internal sovereignty, the ability to govern one's own mind, emotions, and actions with discipline and awareness. Until this mastery is claimed, external efforts are scattered and intentions remain half-formed. Owning your power begins with responsibility. Every thought, every feeling, every choice carries energy. When attention drifts to distraction, when emotions dictate action, or when habits override intention, personal power is dispersed. By observing these currents and redirecting them with deliberate focus, the practitioner reclaims authority over life itself. This is not control born of force, but a calm, steady command rooted in awareness and self-discipline. The Shaolin path emphasizes that internal mastery is cultivated daily. Each breath taken with mindfulness, each action performed with purpose, and each emotion observed without reaction strengthens sovereignty. Over time, the practitioner becomes a vessel of aligned energy, capable of transforming challenges into opportunities and intention into reality. There is no dependence on luck, timing, or external validation. Power flows from the clarity and consistency of one's inner discipline. With this ownership comes freedom. Choices are made with conscious intent rather than habit or fear. The mind no longer yields to uncertainty or scattered impulses. Instead, it focuses on what serves growth, alignment, and manifestation. Life unfolds in response to the clarity, energy, and presence the practitioner cultivates within. Self-mastery is the ultimate key to manifestation because it transforms waiting into action, desire into realization, and potential into achievement. When power is claimed from within, the external world becomes a reflection of that inner authority, and each step toward manifestation is guided by the quiet certainty of one who walks in alignment with purpose and discipline. Life is not divided into moments of practice and moments of living. It is a single flow, a continuous rhythm where awareness, discipline, and intention meet. The Shaolin masters understood that wisdom is most potent when it becomes inseparable from daily existence. Stillness, mindfulness, disciplined action, and emotional mastery are not isolated exercises. They are threads woven into the fabric of every choice, every interaction, and every breath. To integrate these teachings is to cultivate a life where inner clarity guides external movement. The mind learns to pause in stillness before reacting, to observe emotions without being carried away, and to act with precision and purpose. Daily routines transform into rituals of awareness. A step becomes meditation, a breath becomes focus, a challenge becomes opportunity for mastery. In this way, the ordinary moments of life become vessels for profound growth. Discipline anchors the practice, ensuring that insight does not remain fleeting. Consistent attention to small, deliberate actions builds momentum, strengthens alignment, and reinforces the connection between intention and manifestation. Mindfulness sharpens perception, revealing patterns and opportunities that would otherwise go unnoticed. Emotional mastery clears the path of internal resistance, allowing energy to flow toward meaningful goals. Each of these elements reinforces the others, creating a seamless rhythm that sustains personal power and purpose. When these principles are fully embodied, manifestation is no longer a separate effort. It becomes the natural outcome of living in harmony with the rhythms of mind, heart, and action. The world begins to respond to the clarity, focus, and integrity cultivated within. Opportunities emerge, intentions are realized, and growth unfolds with a quiet inevitability. Integration transforms life itself into practice. The path of mastery is not found in grand gestures, but in the careful alignment of daily moments, each step, each breath, and each decision a reflection of inner wisdom made tangible in the world. November 15th serves as a quiet call to remember that true manifestation begins within. The seeds of every desire take root in stillness, grow through disciplined action, and flourish when nurtured by emotional mastery and mindful attention. By aligning your thoughts, heart, and actions, you create the conditions for what you seek to move from intention into reality. Focus, patience, and inner clarity are the tools that transform waiting into receiving. Each moment of awareness, each deliberate choice strengthens your connection to the life you are meant to live. Even small daily practices, a breath, a pause, a mindful step, accumulate over time, guiding you toward your highest potential. Take this wisdom into your daily life. Observe your thoughts, act with purpose, and cultivate gratitude for every step of progress. Trust in the rhythm of timing, honor your intentions, and allow patience to transform effort into aligned results. If this message resonates, let it become a gentle reminder to return to your inner strength whenever life feels overwhelming. Each moment of calm and focus brings you closer to the life you are calling forth. Welcome to Shaolin Soulfire, a space where ancient wisdom meets modern life, guiding you toward mastery, clarity, and purpose. Subscribe to our channel and join us on this journey, where every day is an opportunity to grow, align, and manifest the life you are ready to embrace. Breathe deeply, move with intention, and step into the quiet power of your own presence.